There you go.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Abigail.
How are you?
I'm great. Welcome to Journeys and Ambitions.
Welcome to Journeys and Ambitions.
You're very chipper this morning.
I am very chipper this morning. I actually left my makeup in my car, which I could have gone out and got it, but didn't feel like it, so not feeling super cute today. But this is Journeys and Ambitions with
Jennifer
and Abigail.
I have something in my eye, so well, yeah, you should get it out after though, because it's getting hot. I don't know what kind of makeup you're talking about, but
Pretty much all of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Melty.
It'll be okay. Anyways, introduce mommy. What are we talking about?
Oh, we're talking so organized chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to look up like what we were talking about. So productivity and time management. I clearly will not be speaking from the expert side of that. And you said hustle culture, which by the way, was not what I thought it was. So that's cool. I think that
like hustle, grind, like
I kind of thought it was because you always talk about well, not you, like you, the general you talks about side hustle.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought like hustle culture was more about what am I doing wrong?
Just talk more into what you're turning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it was more about like making money, but it's more I think about like staying busy.
I think it's about both. Yeah, I think it's both. I think
or like working.
The idea that if you're staying more busy, you're going to make more money.
Right.
Yeah.
So both. Yeah.
Right.
But so like reading up on that, like there's quite the opposite viewpoints of that. Okay. Of like that makes you successful, or if it's toxic.
What do you think?
Well, I don't like to work that hard, so I'm going to go with the toxic side. Well, I'm all for the work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely.
I think there's, and not that I haven't had my moments, but I think there's times that I've gone the long way around something, right? Like I've definitely realized later,
done it the harder way.
Yes, absolutely. Especially like if you're in a,
I feel like you often do that.
You know what? I didn't really ask for your opinion, but I sometimes do that the first time and then realize, oh, like I could have done this easier. Yeah. And sometimes I do, like in corporate, I work in corporate America, right?
Yeah.
If I'm asked to do something, and I know somebody else in my atmosphere has done it, I'm very much like, hey, you already did this.
Yeah.
How about you share and I'll change it around to fit my needs. And it's not, I mean, I'm not taking credit per se. It's the same thing. Why would we start from scratch? That's silly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's definitely part of like the learning process is like going through it maybe the harder way and then finding out that there's an easier way, especially because I do more like digital stuff, right? Like I'm like, man, there was a shortcut to do that. I could have gotten AI to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even, you know what? I shouldn't even say this out loud, but AI is my friend right now.
For work or just?
Oh yeah, big time.
Really?
Oh, I use it for everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. I had to do my own.
I can tell some of your pictures are AI.
No.
You post, remember you made one of your profile pictures?
Oh, the silly, like obvious ones. Yeah. But no, no. So there's, should I be promoting stuff? I don't know. Gemini by Google. Like you can type whatever you want into that and it'll just.
What do you mean?
You've never used Gemini? It's a form of like type Gemini into Google and it's their AI tool. And then you can type anything. So I had to do please don't let anybody from work be watching. I had to do my self-evaluation. And I literally just like typed in the question and then they gave me like a whole bunch of answers and I read through them and
you picked the ones. I don't think that's like fully cheating because it's just,
you could do your resume. I mean, don't copy and paste it. I mean, you change it.
AI always needs to be adjusted.
Right.
But yeah.
Gives you a very good starting point.
You realize that like you can use these tools to like help you. Like even like the clips for this show, for instance. At first I was like going to edit them because I know how to edit. So I was like, okay, I'll just edit little clips. But that takes so much time. You have to watch the whole thing, find the perfect moments, get the camera angles. You get an AI to do it. And it takes something that could have taken like 4 or 5 hours and makes it like 1 hour.
We do that. And I actually need to have you reteach. I know you already taught me. Don't yell at me. Because some of the clips I meant to have a conversation, So Abby uploads the episode and then we pick out clips for the coming week. Well, I kind of pick them out, and then Abby does the posting.
You usually don't pick them out. The past few weeks, I've been doing all that.
I do this last. Anyway, you know what? Anyway, I don't always. Okay, sometimes I pick them out, and then Abby does the posting or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
But like, I picked out a few this last time, and I meant to have the conversation of like, I like this one, but can we edit it? And then you just did your thing. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know if you edited them or not. Like,
Yeah.
some of them, like, I like this one, but could you cut off the end or cut off the beginning? Or anyway, it's always a surprise for me.
Mm-hmm.
I get excited. Like, I don't know what's going to come out.
Well, speaking of organized chaos, so because I do all that too, I'm like pretty good at like time management for the most part. Like, I've talked about my Google Calendar before. I love her. I don't know where I'd be without her.
I think that's actually how we picked the topic. Was you
'Cause
and your
me and my
Google calendar.
calendar.
Yeah.
And it's color coded, and I've been doing it. I've been using, because I used to have a planner and all that, which after college I felt like didn't really serve me as much, like a planner.
I had like 4.
Because I wouldn't always carry it around. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I make a plan, or like if I'm out and about and I don't necessarily have my planner with me, because I don't like the little ones. I like the big ones.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, using it like my Google Calendar, which is on my computer, my iPad, and my phone, like it's just like easier to do it that way. And then I can just put it in right away. And then if I know someone else is like heavy on the Google Calendar, I'll like send them invites and stuff. So I've done that for dates. I've sent a Google calendar invite.
You send them to
dates.
me.
Yeah, and I send them to you. And I also made my friends download this app. Shout out this app called How About. My friend Jordan showed it to me. And it's basically like an app where you can like plan things with your friends.
Oh.
You like, but they all have to have the app. That's the only thing, is so like you have to convince people to download the app. And you basically, it's kind of like an event thing, but like it syncs up all your calendars, so you can see when your friend, you don't necessarily see all your friends like what they're doing all the time, but you can see like,
So
oh,
like
they're free.
Like Outlook, you can see when their time's blocked out.
Sure, yeah.
If you keep it up.
Yeah. Like you can see that they're free this day, which again, yeah, only really works if like everyone you know. Oh yeah, Reva said.
Well, that's now okay. So
how about?
I don't.
How about? Sorry, how about?
I like that.
How about it? Whatever.
How about it? That's cool. So I had. This is like the toxic side of that, I guess. But I had said a couple of years ago that I wanted to develop an app. Obviously, not really.
Also,
and it's called the Better Offer Calendar.
Really? Yeah. Wait, hold on one second. I want to read these comments really quick. Brittany said, good morning, listening in from work. Terry said, ditto, Brittany. They do make work more fun. Aw. Taryn said, good morning. Kristen said, morning. She said, Kristen Chaos is one of her nicknames.
Yeah, I would say.
Brittany said, hustle culture sucks. It's like I got to work myself to death in order to get somewhere. Hustle culture. We need 4-day work weeks or less. I agree, girl.
That's true, though. I'd rather work 10 hours. I'd rather work 10 hours, 4 days a week. Let's be real. I work from home. My work schedule's iffy.
I don't know. So I used to work, because I technically do work 4 days a week, but I don't work that long. And I have before, and it feels like a lot in one day. But like I used to work in like retail and stuff, where I would work at like, you know, I could work on like a Tuesday evening or a Saturday morning. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily have like more of a set schedule. I will say I like it in terms of like my social life. Like now I like that I can like, I pretty much know when everyone's working. Like all my friends kind of work the same hours now. Like we all work office jobs or whatever. So like, you know, okay, they're more probably going to be free on like an evening time or like something like that.
Like they're probably booked.
But they're booked and busy too.
If everybody has Saturday and Sunday off.
That's true.
I mean, this one, I have to schedule time with you.
You do.
We live together. I may not see her for like 4 days.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you really all week.
Well, yeah, because I was dog sitting this week. Because I am all about the whole hustle culture. Yeah, is it messed up? Yes. But like, she's about her money. She's about her bag. She's going to get, what did I say? I'm in my bag. So, sorry.
All about that coin.
The coin. That's right. So, yeah.
I feel so.
I think when it comes to like being like, I think just managing your time well, and I'm not perfect at it. Like, I think I like seem like I am because like my social and like out of home life is like very organized, but like I'm really bad at like night routines. I'm good at morning routines. I wake up, I get ready, I do what I need to do.
Because you have somewhere to be.
Because I have somewhere to be. But at night, like I'll go to bed with makeup on, which I know is so terrible. Like I'll fall asleep in like clothes I didn't necessarily want to sleep in, like glasses on my face. No, I'm pretty good about the glasses, but you know what I'm saying? Like my night routine is not very good. And that's something I'm trying to be better at is like planning out my like evening. Cause a lot of times when I'm home, I see home as like, I want to sleep, relaxing. Time. Yeah. Unless I have something to do, you know what I'm saying? But like once I hit that bed, in fact, life hack. So I spend a lot of time in my bedroom. We have a living room, but I typically don't really go out there. Like,
we don't like nobody. My couch has been unused except by the dogs for like a year. I don't know why we don't.
I spend a lot of time in my bedroom but like I'm always sitting on my bed, which if I sit on my bed, I'm going to fall asleep. So I bought like comfy chairs. Life hack, buy chairs. I don't know. That was a stupid thing to say.
Recently?
Yes, I just ordered them on Amazon.
Oh, you ordered? Oh.
I haven't showed you yet. Cool. Brittany says, Abby, you sound like me when I was your age. I think she's talking about the hustle thing, like about being in my bag. She said, now that I'm in my 30s, F that. I
didn't know she was in her 30s.
I am taking mental health breaks and resting a lot more. Yeah, I do try to rest, but sometimes I think I overwork myself. And then I'll like rest. And then the resting is like too much. Then I'm like, I don't do anything for a while. And then I'm like, okay, I'll get back. I'm a
procrastinator.
You are a procrastinator.
I mean, it's just part of who I am now.
It does drive me crazy.
Oh no, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten progressively worse as I've gotten older too.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, I used to be like, well, this has to be done. Now I'm like, I mean, does it have to be done? Like. Bad.
Yeah.
I've had a closet project. I was very good about going to Home Depot and getting all my items. But then
you're good at the shopping part. You love to buy stuff and then not do anything with it.
Except I left the house this time, which I thought was going to be better. Because usually I order it on Amazon.
No, because that's a chore in itself.
It is. But if I order on Amazon, it takes a couple days. By the time it arrives, I'm over it.
Yeah.
So I actually left the house and went to Home Depot and bought the things. But that took longer than expected. Home Depot gave me a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
So making sure I got what I needed. And so then, and I had a list. And then I needed other things in the Home Depot. And fun fact, I used to work at Home Depot when I was like in my early 20s. So I indeed know where everything is. But then I got analysis paralysis. And then I heard them say they were about to close. Let me just help you out. I got there long before closing. So
you were there too long.
I was there too long.
Yeah.
And then I got rang up and spent considerably more than I had planned to spend. Anyway, by the time I got home, that was exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And that was 2 weekends ago. And all the stuff is in the garage in the box waiting for the project to happen.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
I'm not quite like that. Like the other night I rearranged my room because I thought about earlier that day rearranging my room. So I did it that day. I was like, I'm good, which, that doesn't require like going and buying stuff. But like, I don't know. I think
you ordered chairs on Amazon.
I did order chairs on Amazon. Yeah. But they're not here yet.
You did the pre-work to the shopping.
I actually didn't do that until I rearranged my room.
You did. Yeah. You did that first. I couldn't do that for my project.
No, you couldn't. When it comes to Amazon shopping too, I know this isn't really about the topic, but when it comes to Amazon shopping, I feel like I can't order one thing on Amazon. So I wait until I need like a few things. And then I spend like way more money than if I would have just bought the one thing the one time. Cause a lot of times
and then it all comes in separate shipments anyway.
Yeah. Annoying. But then a lot of times whenever I wait to order something, I end up not really needing it that much, or I find it cheaper or more convenient like when I'm out and about. So it's like I'm like I didn't really need it that bad. So like for me to order on Amazon, because I'm like an in-person shopper, I like to go out and shop. And so like if I see something out that I need, I'll pretty much buy it and not think about it. But like online shopping, I put so much thought into it. I'm like, do I really need it? Because like you said, you don't get the immediate gratification. So I'm like, am I even gonna care about this in like a week when it comes?
Right. Well, and I mean sometimes that works out. Then you don't buy it.
Right.
I have adopted
but if you want it bad enough and you keep thinking about it.
Yeah. I have adopted so what I do now is I put it in my cart and then I go to my cart and put it in save for later, like immediately.
Yeah. I definitely utilize.
So I have to look for it again.
I organize my things in save for later for sure. I put a whole bunch of things in there. And then when I'm actually ready, like I actually do need something. Like I know I need this item. I have to order it because I don't have time to look for it anywhere else, I'll order it. And then I'm like, well, since I'm already ordered, because I can't order one thing. Since I'm already ordering something, I'll go to my Save for Later and be like, okay, what is something that I have been like thinking about wanting?
I just want you to know,
or needing.
I really want to know if anybody else does this, because I am 100% like that. And it's not like I've told you that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's part of our DNA or this
is
just normal or not, or we're both not normal.
I don't know. Like my friend is like, she'll just order something quickly, not even put a lot of thought into it. Uber Eats, an Amazon, and she's, oh yeah, I just ordered it. I'm like, what? I ponder for days. If I do order Uber Eats, unless I'm like, I've already thought like, okay, I'm gonna Uber Eats it or something. Like I've already made that decision. If I'm like thinking like, oh, I could go get food or whatever, I ponder for so long.
This is my whole Uber Eats, DoorDash, all that. This is what I do.
Yeah.
I go on for like an hour. I look at everything I could possibly eat in the area. Mind you, I'm taking an hour.
And then you go get it.
I won't get anything that will take more than an hour, even though I'm taking an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Then I'll see like what's the quickest. Then I'll put it all in my cart and I'll see all the fees and stuff. And I'm like, F that. I'm going to go drive there. And then I go to the refrigerator and make something because I don't want to drive there either. Just save like $30.
Yeah.
But I wasted an hour of my time.
Terry said, I get really excited about projects. Sometimes I actually finish them. And then Mackenzie said, my Save for Later has over 100 items in it. Yeah. Same girl. Brittany said, yeah, I think about what I'm going to buy prior to doing so and then have instant regret. Yeah. Sometimes I buy stuff. The thing is, and I've said this before on this show in real life, she will return something. She will make a return.
I actually will with them. So bizarre. I will with them. It's
Amazon,
too easy.
Target, the grocery store,
the Amazon,
the dollar store. I'll return anything anywhere. Goodwill. I've made returns at Goodwill before. Sometimes they only give you store credit, but that's fine. I'll take it.
The Amazon return process is pretty dang easy. So I've done that.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people who just don't.
I don't always. I bought you asked, oh, this is the other thing. We used to share an Amazon account. And that was nice because she would fill the whole Save for Later thing. And then come her birthday or Christmas, I'm like picking out like 4 or 5 things. She goes, and she would forget they were in there. So she'd be like, oh, how do you know I wanted this? Well, look at me. I'm so tricky.
But now we have a different Amazon
But
accounts.
I bought you like some tank tops or something and they were too big.
Mm-hmm.
So they ordered you different ones. And then I don't know why.
But sometimes
I decided to keep them for myself. They're too big for you. We're not that different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it was stupid.
Yeah.
And so I ended up I wear them to bed, I guess. But Anyway, back to this is organized chaos. Can you tell? This is what we do. Procrastination though. Yeah. So time management. I'm not great about time management, but it's like I have every intention of being. I just don't think I estimate my time usage correctly.
I think I'm pretty good at like estimating the amount of time. I don't estimate the bullshit time because I need I need some time for lollygagging, and sometimes I don't make time for that. But the thing is, the lollygagging will happen whether there's time for it or not. So then I end up like falling on being late or something like that. And I try. Okay, when it comes to being late, also really quick, Amal said I never return anything. I just take the L.
That's my daughter. Hi, daughter.
What was I talking about? Being late to things.
Oh,
so I think it's okay to be a respectful amount of late. It depends on the thing, right? There is a point where it's like, all right, girl, like, damn, like you're disrespecting everybody's time. And I think it's different for each situation too. But yeah. Sometimes, like, if it's like a party that's going to like last hours, like someone's party that's going to last hours and hours and hours, you don't need to be right on time because you definitely don't want to be the first one there either. So like, show up like 30 minutes late, but look really good. So it's like, oh, I just had to do some finishing touches on my hair. Like I had to, last minute something.
Yeah. I was waiting for the roast actually.
For you?
Yes.
No, yeah, you do stress me out. I've said this before. We're late to we're on the edge of every flight, every show, every event.
It's very stressful. I stress myself out.
It's never my fault, but guess who gets yelled at? And I don't speak either. It's not like I'm giving her, I don't speak. I just sit there and I still get yelled at.
Well, and I can't, I'm always like on the edge. So then I tell myself, look, girl, all you have to do is be like 10 minutes earlier. That's it. And somehow, nope, I'm going to be on the edge every single time.
5 to 10 minutes is kind of sometimes that'll make or break you. And I always take that extra 5 or 10 minutes. It's kind of bad.
And then there's things I forget to allow time for. So we have where we live, we have a single car driveway, and it's kind of long and goes back behind our house, and then it angles behind our house. And it's a feat. It is a feat to get down this driveway, especially for me, because if she's home, I have to angle around her car and the house, or I will hit
I'm
the
really good
house.
at backing up because I leave more than you do. So I'm like, boom,
yeah,
boom,
well,
boom,
then
boom,
that's
boom.
the other thing. And that's why I park in the weird spot,
Uh-huh.
because I don't leave as often. But when you're home, I forget to allow, I am not joking when I say it takes 5 to 7 minutes for me to get out of this driveway.
Yeah.
That's an important 5 to 7 minutes sometimes. So I need to start
like
allowing the
cold,
driveway time.
When it's cold and you don't allow time to like
heat the car up
and stuff like that. I always forget about that. And like traffic is one thing, because like I feel like you really can't expect it. Like you expect a certain amount, right? But then sometimes
if it's really important, you can use Waze or something that'll like you tell it what time you need to be there. And
yeah, I guess. I mean, Apple Maps can do that too.
But here's the thing, that can also change. Yeah.
I've also decided I'm boycotting the tolls. What else am I boycotting? I'm boycotting a couple things.
The tolls, really?
The tolls. I'm boycotting tolls. Because a lot of the times it'll say a time and you think it's going to like get you there so much sooner, and it does not. I haven't been taking the tolls all week. And yeah, I'm at home a little bit later, but I don't know. I feel like I take the tolls and then it'll say one time, but then it'll change. You know what I'm saying? To the same time that I would have gotten home without the tolls.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Should we read our comments that we had?
Yeah, I know. Once again,
you sent them late.
I sent them late.
And I've decided this is a segment Jennifer wanted to do. So I've decided Jennifer can do the work for it.
Okay.
So we have to do it earlier, because if you want me to put it on the screen, I need to know ahead of time. Because now I'm just reading it off of here.
You can put that whole thing on the screen. Why not?
I have to upload it and do all that stuff.
Well, see, I don't know how it works.
That's why I told you I need it by Thursday.
Ma'am. Did you tell me that?
I did when we talked about
So when we were talking about planners, you know how you like do your Google Calendar. But I have like 4 planners.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked. Well, obviously it doesn't work that well for me.
It doesn't, because you could write one thing in one planner and one thing in another, and then not be in sync.
I haven't actually done this yet. I'm about to put this into so I have the hour by hour planner on my desk that folds out. Like it's big, hour by hour.
And do you spend 45 minutes writing in it and then not doing any?
Well, I just got it. I haven't actually started that process yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have it doesn't matter. It's I haven't done any of it yet. I'm trying it. I'm trying to be better, because I've forgotten doctor's appointments, and then I still have to pay for them.
That's why you need to set up on your Google Calendar.
I do, and I've set alerts.
Listen, because if you set up on your phone, then it sends you notifications.
Yeah,
sends you emails
that I ignore because I'm doing that. And then I swipe it because I'm doing something else, and then I forget.
I will say I tried to really utilize the reminders on my phone. I realized that is not the reminder notifications, because when I have too many notifications, I don't see any of them. So I'm very stingy on my notifications on my phone, which helps me stay organized. So this is on topic. But I can't have every Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I mean, I think I have Snapchat because sometimes I will be having a conversation through Snapchat, and I want to be able to see when that person responds if I don't think to check. But Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, other social medias, I will check frequently throughout the day. So I don't need my notification. I don't need you to remind me to check it.
I don't have any of them on.
I turn on my notifications for things that I need to be reminded about, something that's more pressing. That way it stands out more in my mind. So when I was using the reminders app on my phone to try and keep organized, it did not really work for me because it was too much. Because I had I was putting a bunch of things on there. So that was also part of it. I was like, remember to drink water, remember to, and it was all these things, and it was overwhelming.
I did it. So I got good at it, and then somehow I started failing at it. The Outlook task list. You just put a flag, and then it'll send you. Here's the problem.
That's also
I was
AI.
kind of in a hurry, so I would just hit the little flag on it, But if you do that, it just sets it up to like flag you tomorrow or whatever, right? And then you have a long list of all these things that you're not going to get to. So I've started trying to like flag it, and then you can go in and say next Tuesday, and then send me a reminder at 2 p.m. And that's a little better.
Yeah.
Assuming that I'm at my desk on Tuesday at 2 p.m. You know, but I don't, as far as like social media and all that, I don't have any of the reminders turned on.
Oh yeah.
And I do tell my friends that. So if they send me in something in Messenger or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, I don't want, when someone starts messaging me on Snapchat, like having a conversation, I'm like, please take this to my regular phone number. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in any.
Especially because I'm a device girly. So, and I've talked about it before. I have all Apple products.
Do you have an iPad?
I do. And Apple Watch and stuff like that. And so they're all synced up. So like if I'm getting a bunch of notifications, it's going to go to, first of all, it's already overwhelming when I get a text message. It's like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh my God. Because I usually am using all of my devices. But anyways, and it's like ding, ding, ding. So if I had that for every Instagram, Facebook, stupid, and I didn't even want to turn on my Uber Eats one, but I didn't like see that my Uber Eats person was like messaging me one time. So I had to keep my Uber Eats notifications on. So there are like certain ones that I like have to keep on reluctantly. So, but that does help me stay organized, because if I have so much stuff on my phone, it's going to be I'm going to like, because when I'm overwhelmed, I shut down and I'm just like, I do nothing.
Same. Oh, I just do nothing.
No, you just do nothing. Okay, let's read our comments from other videos and stuff. So this was a comment on our unwritten rules episode. And I know this girl is my friend from high school. Her name is Kayla. She said, best mother-daughter duo.
I did not know who that was. And I was like,
I saw that comment and I looked.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I recognize her. And yeah.
Thank you, Kayla.
We're like social media friends. But we were like more friends in high school.
I felt personally like I was like, oh, how sweet, because
you thought it was random.
Yeah, well, if someone says that and I don't personally know them, I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah,
you know. Like, and
then this was on a "Am I the Asshole?" Like reel that I made. This was on TikTok though. Someone said, the title of this one was, "Am I the asshole for not telling my girlfriend I make more than her?" And then this girl named Jess said, the company is the asshole for not paying her the same for doing the same job as him. Facts, girl. She got 5 likes. And then this is another reel of Am I the Asshole? And Jillian said, daughter isn't coming from a hateful place or even asking to exclude the boyfriend. I think her feelings are more relevant in this situation. I don't remember.
If you didn't see it, it was a mother who didn't want to include her ex-husband's boyfriend.
Oh, that's right.
In some school activities for their daughter.
I'm looking at this other comment in the video I'm in, and I look so cute, and I need to look. I do not look cute today. It's my hair, honestly. My hair is crazy, but I look so good in this video, don't I?
Is that, you looked really good in one of them when Michelle was guesting.
With Michelle. I looked so cute that day.
You did.
And it was more like straight on because we were virtual. That's why I'm trying not to like turn as much, because I think I don't think my side profile. Don't make comments, any of you. I don't need your input on that. But I don't think my
actually make comments. You'll be featured on our next episode.
Anyways, I think my like front profile is better than my side profile. But anyways, on a TikTok where I look really cute, someone said, I plan on having a very explicit plan.
Oh, that was with Michelle.
Yes. And the finances to back it up, so my old age will never be a burden on my only child. She is not my retirement plan. Jennifer, take notes.
Wait, so, I was going to say, can you say who made the comment? Because it surely wasn't me.
No, it was Jessie AC1001.
Thank you, Jessie, for that.
Jessie AC1001.
Now I have to have a plan.
Yeah,
Thanks for setting the bar, Jessie.
Also, my nails look terrible. Oh my gosh.
Don't you wish that you were Jessie's girl? No?
So organized chaos.
Yeah.
Also, this is not relevant. And I also had to turn off my unknown callers.
So that you get them now?
No, so that I don't get them, because and I'm going to show the numbers. I don't care. I'm doxing these people because I was looking at something like insurance plans or something, and I put my phone number in thinking like I was just going to text me the quotes. I've been receiving like 40 phone calls. I'm going to show you all my phone calls. Hold on, I'm deleting other ones so you don't see my
so are you sending them to voicemail if it's an unknown number?
Yeah. So it starts here. That's how many calls. And I've deleted some of them. This is all the calls I've received since yesterday. And I've deleted a lot of them too.
I guess I didn't.
So that's also another reason to turn off notifications, because I was making it to where I would receive unknown callers, because sometimes like people call for work or whatever. But I had to turn it off because I was literally, it was like ding, 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 ding.
I had them turned off and then realized I missed like calls from like my doctor's office. And
but they usually leave messages.
Yeah. And no, they did. But like if
they leave a message, I'll call back. So yeah. So those are our comments. Yeah. What else should we say?
Oh, I was just gonna ask. Oh, I don't know if this has to do with anything, but yeah, we just got the call that from our insurance company that they weren't renewing our insurance. This has never happened to me my whole life.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, why?
Oh my God. You scared me.
My dog's in the room.
Get down.
And then I said, why? And they said, oh, because of, I can't, do you care? Well, too late.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily want to talk about my business and why I didn't get approved for the insurance.
No, they said something about my driving record and nothing has happened since I went to this insurance company. I have not received a violation. I have not had any sort of nothing. And I'm like, yeah, if you don't like my driving record, I feel like last year when I joined your firm, that would have come up.
Yeah.
And then they said, and this, I may actually end up joining AAA or something because this annoyed the heck out of me. Mm-hmm. They said an excessive tow uses. First of all, we had 0. We had 2 roadside assistance claims.
Yeah.
2. You're going to cancel my $600 I pay you a month, by the way.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, so I'm actually not that mad. But I paid them $600 a month, and they literally listed 2 roadside assistance charges as one of the reasons that they're not going to renew. And my driving record, of which nothing has changed.
Huh.
What? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't really like you. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my old insurance company that I never should have left. And that's what I'm doing. Facts. Anyway, shout out to them.
Speaking of being organized, though, so my mom told me about this. And so I panicked. And if you know me, you know that I like sometimes like way overthink things, especially when it comes to like money and finances.
You did panic, but then you offered to get your own, and I was very appreciative of that as well.
Yeah, but then also along with it, I'm like, oh, that means I need to budget better. And I was like, so I opened 3 new accounts.
You did tell me. Is that what prompted that?
Yeah, kind
of.
I already was like kind of thinking about it, but
I'm trying to tie it in. You're so organized.
Oh, because I opened 3 new accounts. I'm
trying to tie it into the subject.
Well, because when it comes to like finances and stuff, like I've tried to do like the cash envelope thing, which I did do for a while and it did work. But I don't necessarily want to have a lot of cash. You know what I'm saying?
Places don't like cash anymore either.
Huh?
A lot of places don't like cash.
A lot of places don't want cash. And like, I don't know. That just freaks me out because like you could physically lose the cash and then, I could lose my card and still have access to all my money. You know what I'm saying? And so I opened a new, but I also want to like do the thing where like you take out your spending money and you have like a long-term savings and a short-term savings. Because I have like one savings account that I just saved to. But if I'm like saving for like this or that, I kind of wanted like one that's like more for emergencies and like stuff that I need, and then more that's like for like fun stuff that I'm like saving for, so that I don't like overspend. And now I don't have emergency money. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so I'm trying to be more organized.
Please email us for financial advice from Abby.
Honestly, yeah. So I'm not going to show you guys because I don't need you to know all my business. But I have right here all my accounts that I now have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't even count. Well, yeah. So I have 8.
Great.
Is that too much?
At the end of the day, I'm pretty excited about the whole insurance cancellation because you offered to get your own. And
I felt like it was a sign.
I'm basically saving money now.
Because I was already like I wanted to like take that off of you, that like bill.
I'm very happy.
And I was like, but I need to like, get my money right before I do that. And then this kind of like is forcing me to do it. And it's giving me enough in advance that I'm like, oh, okay, if I just like budget better, I guess I can afford it. Maddie said insurance is a scam, and so did Brittany. She said, what's the point of having insurance? Girl. Right? Because when I was looking at car insurance, and I'm not going to say how much it is because people like to judge when you tell them how much like your quotes are and stuff.
I mean, I just said it was $600. But
for
But that's also renter's
That wasn't
insurance and stuff.
one car though.
Right.
Yeah. I'm talking about, I'm not going to say what my quotes were for my own car because we're not going to talk about it. But it was enough for me to be like, but then it didn't include a lot of things. And I'm like, that makes no sense. So now I'm like paying you, but then when something goes wrong, I'm still going to have to pay for it?
Yeah, sure.
That makes no sense. In that case, I would.
The deductible is BS too.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why is there a deductible? Why?
So you're just not
I'm giving you $600 a month, and then when I get $5,000 worth of damage, I still have to pay money.
I think it's like
whatever.
Accountability. I kind of get the.
Well, I mean, you can get a zero deductible, but then you pay more per month.
Yeah.
Oh, so when I was doing it too, do you know they have just use your words, Jennifer, pay as you drive policies now?
No.
So I was like, cool, right? Because I don't really go anywhere. So so I did a quote for that, and you kind of give an estimate, like how many miles do you drive a week and whatnot, right? And so I was like, this is great. I don't really go anywhere. I opted out because it's kind of like average billing. Okay, so they had a baseline amount. So let's just say, I'm using round numbers. I don't remember the exact amount was, but it's essentially like you're going to pay $100 a month. Great. And then you're going to pay per mile that you drive your car. And you have to have the app and all that stuff so they can see. So you can't like lie about it.
So it's only beneficial if you drive like less than 50 miles a month.
Well, so the problem is like you get in that baseline, say you get 100 miles a month, or I don't know, again, making up numbers. This is giving a general idea. But then like I'm about to drive on a road trip for a whole month. So what's going to happen is that I'll pay 100, and then that month it's going to be like 1,000.
Oh yeah, that's insane.
F that. So I was like, no. And I feel like, so regular insurance is like average billing. Like I'm just going to pay the 200 a month. And that way I can drive whenever, wherever, however many miles I want.
Yeah.
It might end up being cheaper and you save money, but that feels like a restriction. And I don't like restrictions.
I just hate dealing
I like self-imposed restrictions. I don't like somebody else imposed restrictions.
I just hate like dealing with stuff like that. Like I hate filing insurance claims. I hate all of that. It's so annoying. And I got in an accident and last year was a rough year for me. So maybe that is why the insurance did, because let me tell you, last year I got in 2 accidents.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I got in 2 accidents. Not that it's funny. I'm just laughing at myself because I'm an idiot. Got in 2 accidents, blew a tire, got a flat, almost blew. That was almost another tire blown. I got a whole new motor or something in my car. Yeah, one of those. I feel like I did something else. Oh, I got some safety mechanism fixed. And then that insurance didn't cover. Yeah, little. Well, insurance wouldn't have covered it the second time. See, it's good. That's actually a good thing you did. So that is good. That is true.
Gotten a little minor fender bender, and they found out something was. She's better car use, so they found out that there was something broken inside of it, under the bumper. And she's like, "Well, do I have to fix that?" And they're like, "Well, it's a safety violation. If you don't fix it, and then you later get in an accident, the insurance will say
and then
it's not covered."
Later, so
she bit the bullet. She goes, "I don't want to pay it," and I said, "I think you should." She did. Maybe it was foreshadowing. You got in an accident in that same spot and it was covered. So anyway.
Taryn said, we have to pay for insurance. And on top of that, we have to pay registration. Facts, girl. It all costs so much damn money. And then Maddie said this, and I always say this. Let's move to a city where we don't have to drive. I am all for public transportation. Oh, yeah. Houston is not a city that you can do public transportation. Like, at least with my lifestyle, I definitely could not. But I would love one day to live in a city or anywhere.
There's not that many. Well, it depends on where you live, right? Obviously, New York, right? But there's public transit in big cities. But if the big city is spread apart, that still can take you multiple hours.
Right.
Because like in Los Angeles, there's a subway system, but it's only in a certain area. And then they have a great bus system. But depending on where you're going, you might have to take 4 different buses.
Right. So and and I'm a pretty girl and like I dress cute. Like I'm not trying to, because a lot of times it's not like you see a lot of people walking. You have to maybe walk to a bus stop or something where there isn't really a space to walk. So I'm like walking on the side of the street or in grass or in like random, you know what I'm saying? It's not, Houston, figure it out, girl. Come on, get it together. Who's the mayor? Figure it out.
Who's the mayor?
I don't even know who the mayor is.
You're top citizen, Abby. I don't know who it is either.
Okay.
But whatever.
I don't know who the president is. But I don't know who the mayor is now.
So, I'm trying to get back on the subject.
Or the governor. I
So,
don't know the governor
because
either.
we're talking about how expensive insurance is, let's go back to the hustle culture. I feel
Oh,
like
so
you,
that's
I
what
feel
I'm
like you
trying to
gotta
do.
hustle just to pay your insurance bill,
I'm
let
trying
alone
to get
have
like
anything nice.
17 jobs. So if y'all need me to do anything, not anything, but if y'all need, I'm trying to get, make some extra money.
So, I mean, but like honestly, when we talk about public transit too or whatever, right? Okay, I had this thought years ago when I was before you were born, because I had this idea that I was a big city girl. So
I really do think I am a big city girl.
So I moved to Los Angeles.
She's a city girl.
But I really wanted to move to New York, having at that point never been there. But I saw myself. I thought I was a New York girl.
Yeah, because you see it on the movies, Sex and the City.
Until I went and I saw like the little matchbook apartments that are super expensive, and I just imagined like I really had this picture that I was going to live in New York and have a German Shepherd. I just want to tell you that when I thought about this,
hold on.
What?
Your dog just turned this light off.
Oh, I was wondering what happened.
Your dog did that. Ew, buddy, get out of here.
He's really talented.
Go.
But come here. Anyway, and my German Shepherd right here. I just had this idea. Never in this planning my future did I have a spouse or a child or anything. I did not think past the fact that I was going to be a big city girl and live in New York. I didn't even know what job I was doing. By the way, I had no aspirations of having an actual job. All I saw myself in was like a penthouse suite with a non-job having like big apartment with a view of New York City with my German Shepherd. That if I'm in the penthouse, I'm clearly going to have to take outside in the snow. No, those were not parts of my visions. None of that. But anyway, years later, I met somebody who lived in New York and was thinking about moving to LA and was looking at actually pretty kind of hoity-toity areas. I was like, well, can you afford that? And he's like, girl, do you know what I pay in New York for half of night? And so I'm like, okay. So if you ever want to live in Los Angeles, it's very expensive if you're from Houston. If you're from New York, it seems reasonable. It's just depends on where you come from. But then he said, oh, but I also have to buy a car. And then I have to buy, and by the time he did all that, he just decided to stay in New York.
Yeah.
Because, and then, at some point, let's just say you got 2 adults and your child and you all have a car payment, and by the time you add insurance, before you ever leave your driveway, you're spending like $2,000 a month for the privilege of driving to your job so that you can pay for that car. No wonder I dreamt of not having a car, not working. It almost feels like you're working just for the privilege of driving. And where do you drive? To work.
Right.
It's insane. It's insanity. And we do it.
Well, and I don't know, then you think about it too. Because I used to, when I was in college, and I worked all throughout college, but my job was always 10 minutes away. In fact, my last year that I was in San Marcos, my job was literally 5 minutes away. Literally 5 minutes away. And so I was so spoiled in oh, I only have to leave 5 minutes for, you know what I'm saying? And so
it was easy to manage your time.
It was very easy to manage my time. I didn't have to count for any travel time. And then I moved to Houston, and the job that I worked at first was 30 minutes away. And I was already oh, that's so much. That's so long. I'm used to.
Sorry.
He stinks.
Nobody can smell him.
I can. Anyways.
Special guest.
Oh, yeah. And then I was driving. Watch out for the cords, mommy.
I know.
Okay. And then I was driving 30 minutes, and I thought that was crazy. When I had to switch from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. But now I would love to drive 30 minutes to work. Now that I've been living in Houston again for a while, I feel like that's just the norm, right? 30 minutes. In fact, I'm going to go see my friend in Austin, and she was saying that something was far. She goes, well, it's or she was like, I was like, we could just
30 minutes is not bad.
I was like, we could just Uber there, right? She goes, well, it's probably a 20-minute ride. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, that's not too long. I'm like, girl, not at all.
Again,
not at all. It takes me 20 minutes to get anywhere.
I think if you're from Houston's a big city, right? And so, and you're going you're not going the traffic-y way. If we were where we live going downtown, it'd be over an hour, right?
Yeah.
And so my wonderful self, thinking I was a big city girl moving to LA, then realized that I was going to sit in traffic for a lot of my life.
Yeah.
In my little Geo Metro, because that was super cool. And so I did that. And I think I lived like 6 miles from where I worked, and it took 45 minutes. 6 miles.
Yeah.
Because it was by the beach. So there was no highway. I had to drive down a street with 75 lights and beach traffic. Super cool that I lived at the beach, though. I'm not gonna lie, but and then I had to find a parking space because.
Well, then that's why, like in a city like that, or like in an area like that, if it's 6 miles, 6 miles sounds like a lot. It is walking, but like that's why people get bikes and stuff, because it's like it's honestly quicker for me to just ride my bike.
Probably should have done that, but then I wore a uniform and we didn't have a place to keep it. There's all that stuff.
Yeah. That's what I love when people say, like, just bike to work, just walk to work. First of all, girl, no. Secondly, you think I'm gonna be all sweaty?
And when I say I lived at the beach, I didn't live in the good area.
Yeah.
So I worked in the good area.
Okay, we're about to do Am I the Asshole? But before, I want to talk about something completely unrelated.
I think we usually talk about a lot of unrelated things.
So
thanks for joining.
I need to put a PSA out there.
Oh.
I love platform shoes, like platform, like sandals, like slides and things like that. I've hurt myself very tremendously on a platform shoe.
Like recently?
Yes.
Like this week?
Yes.
Oh, this is the first time I'm hearing of this.
So I got kind of a foreshadowing moment of this. What I do this thing when I come home, if I'm wearing like flip-flops, I kick them off. Like I just kick them off because I have this like shoe rack thing and I just let it hit the rack, and I don't know, I think it's funny, so I do it. And so I just bought these like platform Crocs, but they're not like the ugly Crocs, like they're just cute sandals that happen to be Crocs. And they have a platform about that big, right? So I kick them off, but it doesn't completely come off, but I already like kind of flung my foot. So I go to like catch myself, but my foot is like halfway on the platform. So I put my weight down right in the arch of my foot, right? It like bent the arch of my foot, and that hurt really bad. But I was okay. I was fine. She was fine. She was fine. Crocs are kind of squishy, so it's okay, Then yesterday at work, I have these really cute Steve Madden platform, like black sandals, right? They're so cute. And I wear them all the time. They make a flippy floppy noise when I walk, and I love it. And I wear them all the time, and I never have any problems. Like, because they're not like regular heels, right? It's not like I'm going to like lose my balance. But I don't know. So twice yesterday at work, I'm walking, and my foot like twists in the shoe, and I do the same thing on my foot where like half of my foot is on the like 3-inch platform or something, and it like bends my foot in the wrong way, and then it hurt really bad, like very, very, really bad. Hurt very bad. And then, but I was on my break, and I'm like, okay, let me just enjoy my break. And then like later in the day, I like get up to do something, and I'm like thinking about what just happened and how bad it hurts. And as I'm thinking about it, it happens again.
So we're not wearing this anymore? What's
I'm still wearing them, but I have a bruise on the bottom of my foot. I saw it.
Ironically, I don't know how we're getting into this, but since you brought it up, I had an evening meeting last night. And for the sake of matching, I decided to wear like these little wedge shoes that I have. Mm-hmm. And walking out to the car for my 7-minute back down the driveway, I like did the side ankle thing, and I'm like, should I not wear these?
Is that a sign?
Is it a sign? And but I didn't want to take the time to run back in the house and change my shoes, so I wore them, and actually it was fine. I had no other issues, but maybe I was feeling your pain with my little issue.
It hurt very bad, very, very, very bad, very bad. It was not a fun feeling.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. She's fine. She can walk. It's not broken, but it's not even like a big bruise. I'll show you later. It's like a little tiny bruise, but it hurts. And I have to walk.
Just because you said that, this girl, when she was in high school, went roller skating, and there was some sort of collision. Mind you, she's like 14, I think. There's some sort of collision in the skating rink. And she goes, "Oh, Mom, I fell, and somebody like rolled into me with their skates or whatever, and this and that." I was like, "Oh, you guys?" She's like, "I mean, it hurts. I have a bruise." And then she showed me the bruise. I'm just saying that because she just said, "Oh, I have a little bruise."
This one really is little.
This one was. I got the dog. It was horrendous. It was like 6, 7, 8, and it was this big bruise, and it was dark, and it was in a strange location on her body.
It was in a very vulnerable location on my body. Without going into detail about where it was, basically I fell, and like I was on my hands and knees, and then someone fell behind me, and their skate ran in behind me. So it was in a very vulnerable place on my body.
And she was like, it kind of hurts. And I'm like, it
hurt to sit.
So I don't know if I want to see your foot.
It's nothing like that.
Okay.
That
was just kind of a, please don't show me weird stuff.
No.
Hey, if we have, for everybody watching, can you just hit like? I just want to see. I want to see if I can see it.
For everybody watching, there's 9 of you. We should be getting 9
Can
likes.
I just see? I want to see how.
Well, we'll only see on here on Facebook. I don't think it shows.
Oh, it doesn't show YouTube.
No, we have to go on YouTube and look at it.
Do it anyway. Just kidding.
Yeah, but do it anyway. Love you, kisses, or go like it on Facebook. Why not?
Whatever.
Okay, so now we're gonna do. Am I the asshole?
I'm not sure that's as pleasant as good morning.
Maddie wants to see my foot. Oh my gosh, she's into feet. How weird. I'm just kidding, Maddie. I'll show you in person. I don't want to put my feet on the internet for free.
Oh, she said for free.
Okay. I'll send you a picture though, since you're a friend. Okay. Let me read the Am I the Asshole? Yeah, because I just sang that song. Am I the asshole for keeping score of everything I've ever done for my husband? Ooh.
I know, I picked that one out.
Ooh. Okay. I'm a woman in my late 50s, married to my husband, early 60s. We've been married for 30 odd years. Mm. I have fulfilled the role of traditional wife for much of our marriage, and I left paid work soon into our marriage. My husband is very successful in his business, and we live comfortably. All of our children are adults now. My husband built his business from the ground up, and I was instrumental to the early success, which set it up to be what it is today. We are having lunch with our children when my son mentioned that his wife didn't want to be a trad wife and do what I did to raise the kids. She raised concerns about how vulnerable a position it is and that she doesn't want to solely depend on him for money. He wanted me to talk to her and convince her by telling her how it worked out for me. I said I understood where she was coming from, and being a housewife is incredibly risky and vulnerable, especially if he leaves her and she's out of the labor force for a while. He countered that it had worked for his father and I because I trusted him as my husband to provide for me, and why couldn't his wife do the same? I told him I have a meticulous record of all contributions I have ever made to the family business, recently digitized with the help of my daughter, so that if the worst ever happened, I wouldn't be relying on the mercy of a man to feed myself. I told him I have made many contingency plans over the years to minimize the risk of being a housewife and compensate for my lack of pension and benefits I'd have had I not left the labor force. My son and husband were angered by this. Both said it showed my lack of trust, and my husband especially feels I've had one foot out the door, okay,
for 30-something years,
our entire marriage, and that my little escape plan included plans to shaft him of his business. I told him the fact that he refers to it his business rather than ours is exactly why I kept those records and why I won't be telling my daughter-in-law to do what she doesn't want to do. Am I the asshole? No. Just kidding. The rest of it's not relevant. No, she's not the asshole, because one foot out the door, like that's the same thing as like signing a prenup or something. Like, yeah, you can trust somebody wholeheartedly, but in the end of the day, it's not even just about trust that you have to worry about. Like, people die or become injured, or like, you know what I'm saying? There's other things you have to account for that, like, where you can't fully rely on one person.
Right.
No matter what. You can have the best marriage, have the most trust with your person, know that they wouldn't do anything to you, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from anything that could happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. What happens if he's in a car accident and you have no skills, no job, I guess she helped with the business. Maybe she could still run the business.
Yeah.
But point being, he just called it his business. And all she did was keep track of things she done. As much as I hate to say it, if she goes to court, that might not hold up anyway.
It might not, but that's more of a business thing, right? It's not like she's saying, well, I made dinner for you 4 nights a week for how this many, like, it's not like she's doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah. Guess what?
She's not keeping track of her contributions to the marriage. She's keeping track of her contributions to.
She's doing her self-evaluation for her annual review.
There you go.
She's keeping track of her.
There you go.
We do this in work. If that's her job and she's helping out with the business, right? She wasn't doing home stuff, right? Is that what you said?
She said, I don't know. You said it.
Well, yeah.
Maddie said, she's absolutely not the asshole. She's smart. Good for her. Terry said, I vote no. First of all, we live in Texas. I get half of everything he's got.
Yeah.
Facts, girl. Facts. Because yeah, like I said, people sign prenups, and depending on what kind of assets I have, like I might. Actually, I don't know. I think I don't know if
The fact of the matter is, like, in my split, right? I think somebody was saying, oh, well, he has a pension. And the lawyers are like, well, you get half his pension for the time you're married. And there was men who were like, well, that's not fair. That's his money. And I'm like, that's his money that he contributed while we were married, which means that money went over here and not towards our bills and towards our life. So if it was a savings, like regular savings account, you would say I get half, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's silly. But
she's not the asshole.
Sorry. Why? Because she kept track of it. Are you butthurt? Are you upset you're going to find out that she does more than you? Like, what is the problem? Why would you care? iPad plug. Hey, let's talk about next week. We have a special guest.
Ooh, so person named Cave Troll. Cave Troll.
Sorry for saying your name wrong.
Yes, because
you're going to pull it up?
Give me a second.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Said yes, because most relationships are not going to always be fair. 50-50 is ideal, but it can be sometimes 40-60 or 30-70. Also, what one person is willing to give may be perceived as more of a struggle.
I don't understand that. What one person is willing to give.
Like what one person is willing to give may be perceived as more of a struggle.
Oh, harder for them to give more, maybe because they have other responsibilities or whatnot.
Yeah.
That's how I'm going to take it. Like if the mom's doing like all the other household child rearing things, she can't literally give half her time to a business. That's the way I'm taking that. And my headphones are falling off. Like, I'm sorry. There we go. All right. So
Brittany said, y'all are making me not want to get married. And Terrence said, absolutely not.
It wasn't us. It was Reddit.
Yeah. Sorry, girl.
You have thoughts on this?
I think I said everything.
Okay. So let's talk about next week.
Jibber jabs.
Next week, we have a special guest. It's going to be called Fashion Police, where we will have special guest Miss
Valerie Carter.
Miss Valerie Carter. We need a soundboard. Like, that's not you.
I have one. Actually,
so,
I could put it on there.
Miss Valerie Carter, who you've often heard of, the originator
Mrs.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Of course. Originator of the
Love and Victory Show with Val, LV of Val Radio, where we are featured right now, loud and clear.
All right. So
on the airwaves. Actually, technically speaking, we are not on airwaves. We're not using radio waves.
We're streaming. We still call it a radio show because it's live.
Yeah.
Not a podcast.
But you can call it a podcast.
But you can call it a podcast.
Her for some reason, but it does not irritate
I don't know why it irritates me, but it does. Anyway, so Fashion Police next Friday, where the fashionista over here.
Tell them.
Can you stop? Is going to represent her generation, and Val's going to represent Gen X, and I'm going to take notes. Because I'm not so much the fashion.
I have not been a fashionista on here lately. I don't know if you can award me of that.
They don't see much, so I could actually say I am, and no one would know.
I am, but she's going through a transformation right now. And the transformation time is never great.
Nobody cares what I have to say.
You know what I mean? You know how like when you're cleaning your room and it gets like messier before it gets cleaner? That's like what my transformation is right now in life.
Your life's messy?
My life's messy right now.
I hope it gets better for you because mine's been messy for like 30 years.
It's gonna not be because she's transforming. She's reinventing herself. She's gonna be a whole new bitch. Just you wait and see. What did I say a couple weeks ago? She's in her bag. She's in her chill girl era. Like I'm telling you guys, I'm a mess right now. And I probably will be for a little bit. But just you wait. She always comes back better.
And that's our little plug for Abby. But I was going to say next week, let me just finish. Next weekend is all Love and Victory weekend. So Val is going to be our guest on Friday, Fashion Police. I will be guesting along with Abigail and Val on the Love and Victory show.
Facts Saturday.
Possibly Tasteful and Toxic.
Possibly, but that won't come out for a while. So
right.
Don't talk about it.
Maybe not. We'll see. And then on Sunday, we will all be going to brunch and bowling and brunch.
Bowling and brunch.
If
you have not gotten your tickets yet, you're fake. Get your tickets.
So yes, it's good. You're gonna be. I said you're gonna be with your two moms all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, I am.
We got both of us.
Jam-packed weekend.
So hope to see y'all there, whether on this show, that show, or the bowling alley. Thank you for your contributions.
The bowling alley. Come on, y'all.
And if you can't make it and you would like to donate, please hit up Abby or I, and we will
get you that information.
We'll get you the information.
Or just go to lverinc.com. That's lverinc. lverinc.
Okay. Can you actually pull up Terry's comment real quick?
I'll be taking lots of notes next week.
On the fashion police. It just a shout out to you, Terry, because this actually was derivative of your suggestion about this when we had a conversation. So
yeah, girl.
Thank you for that. You contributed to the topic next week. So we can't wait to see you there.
Yes.
Y'all have a lovely weekend.
Love you. Peace and blessings. Bye.